Cannabis marijuana, whether used for medical or recreational purposes, remain a controversial subject. Anti-drug activists think that a few puffs on a joint will turn you into a red-eyed, unemployed psychopath. On the other hand, the amount of people supporting the legalization of the drug increases daily. To help you form a well-rounded opinion on this hotly debated matter, our team consisting of Malcolm, Cameron, Rodowan, Chantal and Corneille will deliver comment from all spectrums.
Rules about cannabis differ widely all around the world. In countries such as Uruguay, the Netherlands and Switzerland, where cannabis has been legalized, it is quickly turning into a multi-billion-dollar industry. From small towns that barely dot the map to the state's largest urban areas, revenue from retail marijuana sales are helping communities address homelessness, send children to college, patch potholes, and fund a variety of projects. Aurora is using $1.5 million of its revenue from cannabis sales and fees to address its homeless issue. Adams County is using cannabis sales to fund scholarships for low-income students. On the other hand, there are places where cannabis is illegal. In countries like Saudi Arabia and Malaysia, people get executed from trafficking cannabis in large amounts.
People often try to portray cannabis as a harmless drug, but there are a few hidden damages of the use of cannabis, of which everybody should be made aware of. Firstly, cannabis is a very addictive drug. Once you've used it for a few times, you will get hooked on it. You will see that this is your daily meal, meaning that you will get to the point where you think that you cannot go a day without smoking cannabis. Secondly, it also affects the way that you think. The misuse of cannabis may result in impairment of memory and learning. This can last for as long as one day. Thirdly, cannabis stays in your system longer than any other drug. It lasts for approximately 1 month. Fourthly, cannabis is just as dangerous as cigarettes. It's bad for your lungs. And lastly, smoking cannabis results in the user having a fantasy, finding anything funny while being high. The user will be in his own set of two minds.
Cannabis in our school. Research has shown that cannabis' negative effects on attention, memory, and learning can last for days or weeks after acute effects of the drug wear off, depending on the person's history with the drug. Consequently, someone who smokes cannabis daily may be functioning at a reduced intellectual level most of all the time. Considerable evidence suggests that students who smoke cannabis can have poor educational outcomes than their non-smoking peers. Studies show that cannabis, for example, affects your attention, memory, and ability to learn. Its effects last for days or weeks after the drug wear off. So if you are smoking cannabis daily, you are not functioning at your best. One recent cannabis study showed that heavy cannabis use in your teen years and contact into adulthood can reduce your IQ up to as much as 8 points. High school dropout rates have also risen from a result of substance abuse.
Two powerful reasons to legalize marijuana. Cannabis is less harmful than alcohol or tobacco. Cannabis is also less addictive than tobacco or alcohol and compares favorably to those drugs on nearly every health metric. Cannabis has legitimate medical effects. The narrative of cannabis as a harmful drug has been dominant for so long that many people had trouble accepting the plant's demonstrated medical effects. Opinions on medical marijuana have shifted dramatically in the last 2 decades. This year, a slew of mostly conservative states passed laws permitting epilepsy patients to use strains of cannabis in high CBD.
Cannabis for medicinal use. The cannabis plant has a history of medicinal use dating thousands of years back across many cultures. Recent studies prove that smoking cannabis in moderation does indeed hold an array of medicinal benefits. Marijuana does not impair lung function and can even increase lung capacity. Ailments treated by cannabis include Alzheimer's disease, PTSD, and epileptic seizures. It has been found that cannabis is the safest drug available, a staggering 114 times less deadly than alcohol. Now that's something to ponder on. This proves that the promising health benefits offered by marijuana cannot simply be dismissed.